The cost of a hamburger at 10 different restaurants are listed. We want to use a calculator to create a histogram of the data and then use that histogram to determine how many restaurants have a hamburger that costs more than $6. So let's start by going into Stat and Edit and then entering our data into list 1. In this case, that's 3.98, 7.25, 6.19, 7.42, 9.13, 7.33, 3.35, 5.30, 5.44, and 5.99. So that should be 10 data values. Once we have that, it helps to go to Stat and Sort. We're going to go ahead and sort ascending our list 1. Once we've done that, we can go back into our list and see that they are in order. We can see that our minimum value is 3.35 and our maximum value is 9.13. This is going to allow us to figure out how to set up our stat. So we go second, stat plot. We're going to choose number 1, and we're going to turn on the plot. So make sure your cursor's on it and press enter. Then you're going to arrow down and over to highlight the histogram. And once it's blinking over that, you can press enter to choose it. Then make sure your X list is list 1 and your frequency says 1. That's important because what's happening here is we're saying every value in list 1 happens once, okay? Once you have that, you're going to go into your window and you're going to be able to change your window to match our data set. So click on window, and then we know that our cheapest hamburger was $3 and change. And we know our most expensive hamburger was $9 and change. So we want to set our X minimum and our X maximum accordingly so that it includes both of those values. So here it would make sense to set the X minimum to be 3 because again, $3 and change was the cheapest one. So let's type that in. 3 and then enter. X max, because it was $9 and change, we'll do 10. Press enter. And then because we're looking at the cost of the hamburger being more than $6, we know we're really thinking about in dollar increments. So that means our X scale should be 1 in order to account for that. So 3 for the X minimum, 10 for the X maximum, 1 for the scale gives us this histogram. Now to see what's actually going on in this histogram, we're going to click on Trace. This allows us to look at each value. So when we look at this, from $3 to $4, there are 2 that are at least 3 and no more than 4, because n equals 2. When you arrow over, we see we have nothing that falls in that 4 to 5 category. From 5 to 6, we have 3 hamburgers. From 6 to 7, we have 1. And from 7 to 8, we have 3 hamburgers. Nothing costs between $8 and $9, so n equals 0. And there's 1, n equals 1 for n is less than 10, but still more than 9. So we're looking for more than $6. So this is going to be this part right here. So 6 or up, okay? So when we look at that, we say, okay, well, that first one is worth 1, and the next one was worth 3, then 0, and then 1. So because of that, we need to add those values together. So 1 plus 3 plus 0 plus 1, that comes out to tell us that there are 5 restaurants where the cost of the hamburger is more than $6. So there you go. That's how you use your histogram to help find that answer.